Hello, all. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hope you're all doing well tonight.
Yes, I hope.
Looks like we've got some in the chat already. We want to welcome all and thank you for joining us.
Yeah. I hope you had a nice day. I hope you have a nice night tonight. Because every day and every night is new and different, even though they seem the same at times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the next day is the one we're looking forward to. And I guess that's what this is all about. It is. It really is. It's about changing something that we'd like to see changed. But um, but that's what the next day is for, because that is the change. The day changes, and so it's reasonable that you do something that changes. I guess I'm responding to a lot of the things I've heard uh, that different ones talk about, and that is the fact that they they never thought that they would be in a situation like they are now, changing from within that organization, Watchtower, now out, and now faced with something. So some are very glad that they feel free. Others um, are looking for something, and that's good. And that is reasonable. You should be looking for something. You should be. And now it's up to what you want. It's up to what you need, and there's a way to attain it. But as with anything, there's no certainty. Uh, that was the problem with the organization. They promised certainty, and perhaps a lot of people relied on it, and they based their life on the certainty of the promises. And then they realized, I don't think what they're saying is real. And then finding out that, oh my goodness, it's not. Well, what is certain now? We don't know. Except the next day is a new day. That's what we do now. We just don't know our part in that next day. We don't know. I don't know. I've got an idea. Best I can do is work at it. Work at what I want it to be. And others are doing exactly the same thing. So you won't be alone. You'll have a lot of company along with others who are doing the same thing. You will. You are. Are people right now who are dealing with that same lack of certainty, but yet anticipating something new. See, it makes us feel new. It makes us feel a little more alive when there's something new that we're looking forward to. They say that, I recall that's what they said, that what joy is. Joy is the sensation that uh, that we experience when we receive something, or with the thought of receiving something new. Joy. That can happen as often as you put yourself in that situation to receive it, to sense something new.
There's something called pattern breaking or break pattern.
Yeah, break pattern.
And so we're going to break pattern right now because Seth has to go do something, and so we're going to do our birthdays in a few minutes.
Okay.
But we have someone backstage, and I hope I pronounce her name correctly, Hadassah. Shauna, if you can bring Hadassah on. She is from Florida. There she is. Hi. Am I saying it correctly, Hadassah?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. Perfect.
Okay.
So Hadassah contacted us, and we realized that we grew up in the same area in Utica, New York. We know a lot of the same people, the same congregations we were in, but at different times. You had a different name there. I don't know if you want to tell your name, what it was.
Yeah, it was Christine back then, Christine Taylor.
Christine Taylor.
Okay.
The only Taylor we knew was Zach. Are you related to Zach Taylor?
No, but I know him because people have asked me if I was related to him way back then.
Yeah, good. So anyway, you wanted to come on and just tell us that you're writing a book. You want to tell us about it?
Yeah, I was thinking the other night about my experience in the back room on Kemble Street at the Kingdom Hall. And so I think it was Orman Ross, Dave Davenport, and it was, I think, Dave Giardino from Riverside Conversation came down.
Wow.
Because I know there were at least 4 of them.
Yeah, they're big ones.
Oh yeah.
Because I remember Dave Giardino told me that I had charisma, he called it. I said, "What does that mean, Dave?" He said, "That means you have a habit of drawing people after you. You're trying to draw a following." And I don't know where he got that from. But anyway.
Jealous. I think he was jealous.
I think that's what he was trying to do. Dave was always...
He was jealous. I know it.
He was always so, what's the word, flamboyant?
Oh, yeah.
And,
demonstrative and flamboyant.
Yes.
Yeah, he was really like, almost like dictatorial.
Yeah.
The way he spoke, and it was just the experience itself. And so I was thinking I would like to write a book called The Back Room, The Judgment Seat.
Wow.
And just have people, whoever felt comfortable enough to tell their story, to put it in the book, to let people know exactly really what this organization has done to so many people.
Well, I think
because so many people have had those harrowing experiences. I mean, the questions they asked me about sex, and I wrote it in my other book about how they approached me and the questions they asked me, because I worked at the Utica Police Department on a night shift. So I would sleep during the day. And when the elders came to do their witnessing work one Saturday morning, and I lived on the 2nd floor on Howard Ave. So they kept knocking on the door, which I don't know why, because they knew I lived there. I'd been in the truth then at least almost 10 years. So I came to the door in my pajamas and bathrobe, and they said, and there was a guy that was leaving my house, which people lived on the 1st floor.
Mm-hmm.
So the elders asked me, "Were you sleeping with that guy?"
Oh my God.
because I had my pajamas and bathrobe on. I said, "Listen, I work at the police." I said, "I've been in this Kingdom Hall for almost 10 years. You know I work at the police department." So I said, "While you're out in service during the day, I'm sleeping because I'm working all night from 11 to 7 in the morning."
Wow.
But next thing I knew, they were calling me before the body of elders on Campbell Street. So it was real. I said, "Well, can my brother come? Because he's also a witness. In fact, he was the one that brought me into the truth." And they said, "No, we can't have anybody coming here with you."
Oh.
And I think it was because the questions they were going to ask was really harrowing. So I thought to myself, I would like to write a book called The Back Room and see if I can get other people to write their experiences. Because I know people had to go through some harrowing experiences and they couldn't bring witness in there.
That's a great idea.
That would be great.
That is a great idea.
That would be good. So how can we go about getting their stories? Do you want any ideas?
Well, that's what I was going to ask you and Joe, if you know how I would go about that, because I'm good at writing, but putting things together or trying to make contacts, I'm not really sure how.
No,
I mean, I don't know.
I would love to be a part of that. My goodness.
So they can.
Yeah, I would. I would love to have you and you guys be a part of it, because appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I listen to you even when you don't think I'm on there.
You know, and my attitude is I'm going to assume that the organization would be more than happy for everyone to know the way they've arranged their policies and how they conduct themselves and how they conducted their backroom.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't realize or know what witnesses actually go through in that back room. I mean, they grill you, and the questions they ask, the personal question about your personal, I think they get off on it. But
oh yeah,
they do.
Oh, I think that would be fabulous exposure.
That would be great. So if anyone does have a story, they can get in touch with us. They can give it to us. We can send it to you.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Okay. Absolutely.
And just for the folks' information that are listening, because we do have quite a few listening, are you in Burlington, North Carolina?
Yes, I am.
Okay, because we have some that are listening that are from North Carolina, Georgia, that area there.
Yeah, so the people can either contact you, ones listening now who've had backroom experiences, you can contact Hadassah, or you contact us. And of course, it'll all funnel back to you, Hadassah. And then,
however we can do it. I'd love to have you guys on board.
We would love that.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have an email that we could send the stories to?
Yes, I do. You want to take it down?
Sure.
Okay, it's HADA.
HADA.
KU.
KU.
The letter X. 7987.
7987.
At gmail.com.
Gmail.com. Well, that's great. Okay. Maybe we can put it in the chat too. I'll repeat it. Make sure I have it right. HADAKUX 7987 at gmail.com.
That's correct.
Oh, this will be great.
This is good.
I love this.
This will be so good. Yeah.
What's the name of your other book? You said you wrote another book?
Okay, the first one that I wrote in 2023, I think, coming out of COVID, it's called Will the Real Satan Please Stand Up?
Wow.
And then I wrote a sequel to it called I don't have it right here in front of me right now, but there's a sequel to it that it just came out last year.
And where can we see those books? Are they on Amazon?
They're on Amazon, yes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, because the real Satan is really talking about Jehovah himself being the onus, what the society uses that because they know people see Jehovah as this almighty, only monotheistic God. And anything they want to do, they got to attach Jehovah's name to get the people to comply. And this is how they get these free kingdom halls built and all of this free service and then turn around and sell them. But they know that people are going to say, well, we're doing it for Jehovah. And that's what they will always say. Oh, it's for Jehovah. Oh, you're doing it for Jehovah. But it's really them getting enriched by it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm just looking at the video, the
chat.
Thank you. And Jane Spitfire is saying, what is her last name?
Akusani.
Okay, you want to spell that?
AKU.
AKU.
SANI.
Now you changed.
Let me tell you why I changed my name, and it's in the book too as to why I changed my name, because in 1998 I was getting so frustrated, and I said I really want to know just what the truth is. Hadassah Akusani means searching for spiritual truth and understanding.
Wow.
And that's why I changed my name to go and search. And since I left, or I was disfellowshipped in, I think it was 1989 when I came, because I had lived in Arizona for the last, I think, 8 years because of respiratory problems when I left Utica. Okay. And I lost my thought there. What was I saying?
Well, the reason why you changed your name.
Oh, yeah. I was so kind of despondent. And believe it or not, when I moved to Arizona, because the doctor told me that I was about to have collapsed lungs. So he said, you got to go to a hot, dry climate.
Wow.
And I was so shocked after I had been in Arizona. And I said in my book that I think I was kind of not being honest because I did not tell the Kingdom Hall in Arizona that I was disfellowshipped in Utica because I didn't have anybody there. I had to leave home, drive 2,700 miles to Arizona.
Wow.
And I got so depressed not knowing anybody in Arizona that I just went to the Kingdom Hall to just be among friends. I don't know how it happened, but Ormond and Dave Giardino found out where I was and called the king. How they found out what Kingdom Hall I was going to in Phoenix, I don't know, but they found out. And so the Kingdom Hall in Phoenix kicked me out in the street. So I lived on the street for almost 2 months.
Oh my God.
Holy smokes.
And I had one girl that I was studying the Bible with at the time. And they even tried to turn her against me because I went to one of the sisters' hall and I did auxiliary pioneering with this sister. And when I was on the street and I didn't know what to do, I almost tried to commit suicide then. But then I went to her house to see if she could let me stay with her just one night. I said, because then in the morning I can go to Maricopa County Department of Social Services. And I said maybe they can help me to get back home to New York, to my mother's house. And she said, well, I would let you come in, and her husband was a ministerial servant at the time. So he told her, no, she can't come in here. She's disfellowshipped. We found out she was disfellowshipped in Utica. So kick her back out into the street.
Oh my God.
And that's what they did. So I lived on the street, I think almost either a month or two. I couldn't remember because I kind of lost track of time, but it's all written in the book. The story is in the book. And that's the one called The Real Satan.
Yeah.
Boy, that goes along with our theme tonight because you had to step back to move forward. You stepped back going into the Kingdom Hall again, but they found out you were disfellowshipped, so now you're kicked out. So now you have to work things out on your own. So yeah, we look forward to reading that and finding out how it all worked out.
Yeah, because I ended up on East McDowell Street in a psychiatric center.
Wow.
And I didn't know how I was going to get out of there. But fortunately, the girl that I studied the Bible with, she found out. Well, I called her to see if she could help me get out of there so I can get back to New York. And so she came to the psychiatric center and posed as my biological sister. Wow. So she can, and that's the only way they let me out of the psychiatric center.
Wow.
Oh my
God.
So it was in Arizona.
Yes, that was in Phoenix, Arizona.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So she helped me get out of there.
Wow. Well, in case anyone just came on, this is Hadassah, and she is originally from Utica, where Joe is from, and we live close by. And now you're in North Carolina. You've written a couple books, and the next book you're writing is The Back Room, and you are looking for any experiences that people want to send in. And we have your email. You can contact us, or you can get in touch with Hadassah directly.
Yes. Now just to be clear about this, so many of us have some experience of being in the back room.
Mm-hmm.
So this is exactly what we want to do. We want to make those experiences known, share them. Either get to us or Hadassah, and Hadassah is going to be very nicely put it in a book or make it available so that it can hit the light of day.
That's right.
That's so good.
Oh,
that's a good idea.
Yes.
Because I see so many YouTube videos online about people who are ex-witnesses, but I don't think I've read any of their actual experience in the back room. And I said, I know they had to be because I remember mine.
There's a few, but see, to put in in one place, that's brilliant. That's so needed.
Yeah.
That is so
Thank
needed.
you.
For
I feel so
me,
blessed to have you two on board. I tell you, right now it's giving me goosebumps.
well,
Well,
me too.
look, see, this is where there's so much we would like to do, but we're not going to do it. But it's within and among the friends around us. So
Yes.
anything we can do to be a part of it makes us feel pretty good.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
And if anyone lives near Burlington, North Carolina, maybe you can meet up and have coffee or something, and that would be great. I
That would be nice. I'm kind of pretty much limited because right now I'm in a wheelchair now.
okay.
I'm having mobility problems. So I don't get
Okay.
out. I don't
Oh,
Okay.
get out much at all unless the medical comes and takes me out.
Okay.
wow.
But I would love to, have somebody call or
Okay. Well,
if they live nearby to visit or.
oh,
I'm
that would
sure
be
they
nice.
can
We
be
can
arranged.
arrange it, and maybe we can have you back on, and let's find out how things are going. We'll keep it going. We'll keep mentioning it, and we'll see how it's developing.
Okay, I appreciate that.
And Hadassah, one more time on letting people know what your name means. And
It means searching for spiritual truth. And it's Hadassah Jataka Akusani, and it means searching for spiritual truth and understanding.
And
got it.
Because
understanding.
I was
Good.
so distraught when I came out of the witnesses. And like I said, almost committing suicide. And then, because they told me that Jehovah will never forgive you unless you come back. And I said, I didn't want to be separated from Jehovah, but it was the thing. And my brother, who brought me into the organization in 1972,
Wow.
he hasn't spoke to me since I was disfellowshipped in 1989.
Oh,
Wow.
So over 34 years, I have not spoke. He has not spoken to me.
what a
Wow.
loss.
I'm so
What a loss. What
sorry.
his loss,
Yeah.
dear. And what I'm going to just state is that's a beautiful thing to search for truth and not to go in it very deeply here, but the words of the Bible, someone did say how close it is to us. It's very close to each and every one of us.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something very realistic to search for and to find.
Yeah, because I said the organization calls itself the truth that
Mm-hmm.
leads to eternal life. Okay,
No,
if you're the truth, but your truth keeps changing.
yeah,
And if you serve a loving God, how can you treat people the way you do?
yeah,
It's like with the elders and the ministerial servant in Phoenix, telling her to put me back out onto the street, knowing I had no family.
yeah,
And then they went to the girl that was my Bible study and tried to turn her. They said, Hadassah is no longer qualified to teach you the Bible, so we would like to reassign you with someone else. And she said, this girl has come 2,700 miles from her home in Utica, New York. I'm not going to turn my back on her. And if this is the way you treat your witnesses, she said, no, I don't want to be one. So don't assign nobody to me.
very
Good
good,
for her.
And
beautiful.
I was so proud of her. And it's only because of her.
Yeah,
And when she came and got me out of the psychiatric center and brought me to her home, she did that at great risk because her husband did not like Jehovah's Witnesses.
Wow.
And he did
Hadassah,
not.
what we always reassure people, ones who are coming out, who question what they're going to do now, how they're going to find anybody helpful, how they're going to make friends. They don't know because they're not familiar with being out and independent. Everything, I, we reassure them, what you have shown us is that good people
Mm-hmm.
find good people.
Yes, yes.
It's a,
And
it,
I really,
it's a fact of life.
Yes, it is.
because I don't know what I would have done if it had not been for her. Because, like I said, I had no family there,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
didn't know what
Wow.
was going to happen when I got back to Utica. I said because I had all but abandoned my biological family when I became a witness.
Wow.
And so I didn't know how they would accept me. But when I got back to Utica, they accepted me with open arms. But I
Yeah.
was still having nightmares of the time I spent homeless on the streets of
Of
Phoenix.
course.
So
Wow.
I ended up back in the psychiatric center on York Street in Utica.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we
Yeah.
know where that
So I
is.
ended up back there. I could not cope with everything that
Yeah.
was going on, being separated from Jehovah and separating from the organization. And they told me I was a demon now.
Oh.
And
Wow, that's
Oh. Dear. Dear.
terrible. I'm
Dear.
so sorry you went through that,
Yeah.
but we're so happy that gone ahead and really improved your life in
Yeah.
helping other people.
Oh, yeah. And you help
I'm so
so
glad
many.
I found you guys.
Well, same here. Just a question about that Bible study person. Is she still in contact with you? Is she still alive?
No, when I had wrote to her when I got back to Utica, I said because she had separated from her husband, he was very abusive to her,
Mm.
but yet still she took the chance of taking me in to get me out of the homeless shelter. So I called her to tell her I would love for her, because she had two twin girls. I said I would love for you guys to come to Utica, and if it because her husband had kicked her out. I said, and come and we'll take care of you here, because I went back to work at the police department.
Wow.
And but her sister called me. She said, I noticed you tried to get in touch with Linda. I said, yeah. She said, well, they found Linda dead
Oh,
Oh,
in her
dear.
home, and on the house. She went to the hospital, and I don't know what happened. I didn't get all the particulars. I don't know if her husband
Wow.
beat her, because he used to beat her, but
Oh,
oh
my
my goodness.
goodness. Doesn't sound good.
but
That's a,
all of that is in the book. It's
wow.
the stories in the book.
Yeah.
And again, for the ones that are just coming on, the name of that book is
Will the real Satan please stand up?
right.
Good.
And your new book that you're writing is
I think, yeah, the subliminal betrayal of religion through a
Oh,
climate of fear and its fear inspiring God.
oh
Yeah,
my
that's
wow.
the
goodness.
name of,
That was
that's
the
the
other
name of
book.
the sequel. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And your new book that you're writing is called The Back Room,
The back room, the judgment seat.
The Judgment Seat.
Oh,
Okay.
yes. That's so much good that you're going to share and that others are going to be able to contribute. This,
Because I know so many people had to have been judged. If I went through
yeah.
what I went through in that back room, I can
Oh, yeah.
imagine what other people have
There's,
gone through.
there's a lot. There is a lot.
Absolutely.
There is a lot. Yeah.
And just to let folks know, you called us 10 minutes before we were going on. We've had conversations before, but you said you would like to for us to talk about your book. And I said, well, why don't you just come
That's
on?
right.
It'll be so much easier. So
Fabulous.
thank you. And it was the last minute. And thank you so much for
Yeah.
coming on.
Yeah.
And you want to continue listening on YouTube? I can
Yes.
send you, I'll send you the link.
Okay.
Great
Okay.
talking with it,
Love
Hadassah.
You
you,
too.
Hadassah.
Love
I
you.
Thank
love
you.
you guys.
Okay.
Love you
Good.
guys.
Bye. Bye.
Oh,
Oh, that's perfect.
Love it. Thank you.
That's going to be so helpful.
Yes,
It's
it
going to be
is.
so helpful. Anytime people can share
Keith
something,
Bush is backstage.
in this case, to share something that was traumatic uh, in a way that's going to be helpful, because what it's going to do, it's going to point out the realities of that organization, the way they presented themselves, and the damage that it has done
Mm-hmm.
and is presently doing, because they're probably still doing it. But I think we're going to see a change. I really do.
I do too. I do
Because the
too.
reality
Got
is,
you.
there were representatives of the Watchtower, uh, circuit overseers, or ones that were circuit overseers, that told me that they monitor
Oh yeah.
the ExJW programs, and I think that's fabulous. And if they're monitoring right now, good, good. The reason why we're here is because the people that are involved really care about what's good. And I hope that the ones listening, the representatives of the Watchtower, I
Mm-hmm.
hope you also care about what is good
Yes.
and not just um, the value or money, or not just the organization that you're a part of. It's people's lives that matter here.
Yes.
And we invite everybody to uh, um, well, to express how you feel about each other's lives.
Yeah.
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 Like,
So if you have a story of the
yeah,
back room, please,
yeah,
you can send it to us or you can send it directly to Hadassah.
yeah.
Now we have Keith on.
Hello, Keith.
What's the subject, you guys?
Music. You know anything about it?
No, I have no idea. Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
We'd love to hear you play.
You want to hear a song?
Yeah,
Oh.
please.
All right, this is my favorite song.
Oh, get out
Oh,
of
sorry.
here.
Okay, sorry. Not that one. Or not that one either. No. We don't want to bring any PTSD up for anyone. Okay.
No.
All right, I'll play you a song. You like the Beatles?
Sure.
Yeah. Well,
All right.
wait a minute. Will we get a?
Oh yeah, you got to be careful
We
here.
can't.
No?
We can't just.
You can't hear it?
I don't know.
No. We might get what do they call
Feedback?
Infraction.
No, that's if we play their original.
Okay.
No, this is not original.
Right.
Wait,
Yeah,
Donna, what do we
you
do?
should be fine for the
Okay.
piano. Yeah,
Okay.
it is per melody, but we can fix it after.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my goodness, that's so.
Yeah, anyway, I love that song.
Wow,
that's beautiful.
That's fabulous.
Well, that's like, that song's about leaving home. She's leaving home.
Oh.
You know that song?
Which one was that?
She's leaving home after living alone for so many years.
Oh.
By the Beatles. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot like Jehovah's Witnesses because we have to leave. And then, you know, because we can't stand it. Like all these kids that have left, it's the worst.
Yeah.
But I remind, that's when I played, I think of that because it's like.
Keith, I just about 2 hours before this, there was a short, a TikTok or whatever experience of a young woman who left the organization.
Mormon?
No.
Someone, okay.
And was so lonely. She was so lonely that she went back.
Oh.
And in going back, she said she couldn't believe the amount of scrutiny she was under. So, and the gossip said everyone was watching her as if she was deadly toxic.
Wow.
And just waiting for one thing.
I know.
And she said she couldn't bear that.
Well, no, nobody can. No child that has been in this goes away unscathed. It's one of the worst psychologically damaging, and it takes years.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're all still going through, and just having the support group that you guys provide is huge, huge. I mean, how many people, because of what you guys have done, because of you guys, if I have a panic attack or I'm going through something, I can call someone. I can call somebody on that list that you've given me.
Yeah.
And you've had that list. That's a big list. I bet it's a really big list.
It's the people. Look, all I knew is when we left, and knew that others were out there. I said, those people have to support each other.
Absolutely.
Those people have to be connected.
You can explain it to a therapist, but they don't get it.
No.
Like, they don't get it.
No.
I mean, you guys get it. You know, Linda James gets it. Like, I don't know if you know Jerry, if he comes on, he gets it.
He's on.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
but I mean, I call him all the time.
Yes.
You know.
So tonight's theme,
Keith,
is to step back to move forward.
I like that.
Yeah. Sometimes we have to step back. We may
Well-
have to change something so that we can go forward.
I kind of liken it too to backing off the antidote and start seeking nutrition.
Love it.
In other words, we need the antidote if we're poisoned, but then past a certain point, that's
Well, because
not
I think
enough.
being. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
We can.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear us?
Okay.
Okay.
Being in the religion.
Whoops.
Katie, and she won't stop. Hold on. I have to block her. Hold on. Don't leave.
No,
We
we're
won't.
here. We're here.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Being in the religion is a lot like coming off of a drug. At least it was for me, because that dependency is there. You depend on the organization for your friendships. You depend on the organization for the answers to all the questions. And then when you go back, like, you have to revisit it. A lot of my friends are like, I have a therapist and like, okay, well, what are you moving on? I'm like, no, I'm not moving on. And I don't really want to talk to you. Like, it's like, no, I'm not ready to move on, you know, and you've never been through this. So I don't really care if you don't want to hear about it anymore. Like, it doesn't, but like, you can talk to Linda. Like, I talk to Linda all the time and we can just moan and rant as much as we want.
Right.
And it's okay. It's a safe space to do that, which, you know, you guys too. We all understand.
Yes.
And I really think, just when you're saying step back so you can move forward, I like that, because you do have to visit the memories. As painful as they are and as traumatic as it is, you do have to say, this is what happened to me.
Yeah.
This happened to me, and I'm going to be vocal, and I'm not going to be shy about it. And it hurt, and it was unfair, and it was abuse, and it was psychologically, and you have to talk about it.
You do.
Absolutely.
You do.
Absolutely.
And you guys are doing that. Like, what you give everyone is such a gift, because just the network of being able to call, because I can call Linda, I can call Jerry if I'm having a panic attack or I'm having a day or whatever. Just call them.
That's it. Yeah.
And then it's like, it's just like just being able to just talk about it without somebody shutting you down or telling you that it's, you know, you should just move on, or they don't get it. Like, a lot of times people just don't get it.
No.
And it's like, you know, so I think stepping back is healthy as much. You know, I think a lot of the ExJW YouTubers that are coming on now, which I see a new one almost every day, it seems like, which is so amazing. Like, people just tell their story, and then it's just like, it's beautiful because they had the courage to leave.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that in itself is inspirational.
It is.
Because we need that from each other. We need that.
Yeah.
So, Keith, if we want to listen to your music, what is your
So you can go to keithbushpiano.com, and I'm building a website. I'm building an orchestra.
Yeah.
And that's going to be launched 2026, March of 2026. We have a grant writer. She's raising $10 million for us.
Wow.
And it's a huge project. I'm getting my doctorate in music. Big project. Wow. So, and we're raising money for good causes. I do want to raise money for ExJWs. I don't know if there's some kind of group that like needs for lawsuits. Isn't there like one that needs money for lawsuits or something? Well, I don't know.
The liberati.
Stop the shunning. Is it stop the shunning?
I don't.
I really don't know.
You don't know.
Well, the liberati would be the ones that would know.
We can get you in touch with some people, but
I just want to play. I want to be vocal about on stage. I want to be vocal about it, and I want people to see it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, because I think it's just, I'm tired of like hiding in the shadows and being ashamed. Like, when I go up to a person at the carts, I'm like, you guys, what you doing is abusive. I don't care what they think. I'm like, what you're doing is abuse. I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm not ashamed. I'm not going to play your game. What you're doing is wrong. And they know it is.
Yes.
In their hearts, they know. They're just too afraid to admit it. And I was that way. I remember I was shunning my brother and shunning everyone. And
wow.
This is a lesson that we're all learning, Keith.
Yes.
We're learning it. We're learning it.
Yeah.
We are. Look, my children, who maybe are listening now, maybe, probably not, I don't know, that they're part of this. They're part of the lesson. And
Yeah, I mean, I think about you guys. My parents won't talk to me, but your guys' kids won't talk to you.
I know.
I mean, it's the power of brainwashing and social conditioning. It is really incredible.
It is, because we are so wicked, Keith. We're apostates.
Well,
Wicked
you
apostates.
are. You're so. I see. You lies. It's like a projection where they're like telling us that we're the liars when they're the liars.
We got a small clip we're going to show in a little while about that. We got a small clip. We also have Deanna.
Just June?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna get off. It was nice to.
No, we thank you so much, Pete, and come on anytime. I just want to let the viewers know that we don't have the live stream or the StreamYard up right now because we do have guests coming on, but at the end we're going to try to leave some time so that they can come on because we've got these different things planned ahead. But thank you so much, Keith, for coming.
Love you guys. Thank you so much for everything you're doing.
And you too. And you too.
Keep that music coming.
Yeah, of course. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Okay, so we were going to have Seth come on, but he's had a bad day, hard time, working and everything.
Sorry.
Having a hard time with his technical issues.
Oh, dear.
So if we could do the birthdays. We'll relax,
Seth, and we'll...
if we could do the birthdays, and then we'll get into Deanna.
We'll do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's have a birthday.
November 1st. Want to alternate?
I don't have my glasses. You go ahead.
Cleaned them for you. November 1st, Tyler Aarons.
And November 2nd, Devin and Dino Tedesca.
November 4th, Sherry and Annie.
November 5th, Tom Ross, Ellie Doyle, and Caitlin.
November 6th, Michelle Stump.
November 8th, Maria Marciano, John's mom. Nice.
And November 9th, John Marciano and Amy Huber.
Oh, happy birthdays. November 10th, John Briggs.
And November 11th, Ryan Ayan.
November 13th, Thomas Hodson, Cheryl Siletto, Missy Chick, and Trevor Wall.
November 14th, Shannon Hamilton, Nadine Davies.
November 15th, Kev Gowan and Corey Carter. Excuse me.
November 16th, Steph Woke Up and ExJW Rosie.
17th, Matt Kiefer.
The 18th, Bobby Burns and Tanya Smith.
And November 21st, Bill Keeler.
23rd, Angie Havens and Vicki O'Rourke.
November 24th, Sue Carlio and Malia Thompson.
November 25th, Tori, David's wife.
November 26th, Margie Stone.
November 29th, Felicity and Elaine Brain Drain.
November 30th, Wesley Slatt.
Happy birthday
all.
And for anniversaries for the month of November,
go ahead.
We have November 5th, Rich and Tanya, 42 years.
Wow. November 7th, Mr. and Mrs. Bob, 27 years.
November 14th, Sam and Beverly Harward, 38 years.
Congratulations. November 15th, Ted and Kumi, 30 years.
November 15th, Sam and Beverly's granddaughter got married.
And November 21st, Mr. CIA and wife, 55 years. Hello.
Congratulations. Yeah. It's amazing. November 22nd, Jay and his wife, 29 years. Well, happy anniversary,
Jay.
And we also have, we don't have any meetups that we know of, but we do have the GoFundMe. Please help Vern get the care he needs by December 9th. And they're going to put out a video to explain what is involved. So if anybody can please help them out, that would be much appreciated. Just go on our site, ExJWFriends. Even if you can give just a little helps. Goes a long way. Our money in the U.S. goes further in Canada.
Yeah. So we look forward to finding a little more out because we want to support Vern and Shauna.
Yeah. Oh, and also under announcements, if there's anyone in the Ohio area, specifically Akron or anything near Akron, there's someone out there that would like to meet up. Wisconsin, I don't have a city, but if there's anyone listening from Wisconsin, and Germany. This is an interesting story. We have one of our ExJW friends from the US works for a medical company, and she does these shows. What do they call them?
Trade shows?
Trade shows, thank you. So she's over in Germany this week, and she asked us, do we know anyone in Germany? So we put the word out. We have a few names, and we did find someone. They're going to try to connect. And she's also going to be in Austria, I think. So they're kind of close. So we'll find out if they made connections. So we just love making connections. Let us know if you are interested in connecting with anyone. You can do it by phone, you can do it by email, texting, or in person. So let us know. We'll continue to connect ones, and hopefully it works out.
It is. It is working out.
Yeah.
It is working out.
People tell us it's working out.
Yeah.
So
the connections make it work.
And just a side note, sometimes not all the connections work. They're not always a match.
And that's understandable.
Because people are people. Just because we were Jehovah's Witnesses doesn't mean that we're going to bond right away.
These aren't forced, compelled connections. No. That's not what it's about. It's about learning something about yourself, about the other person, and accepting it, and allowing each other their right and their freedom to do and to think what they like. You may or may not want to support it. That's fine. And they may or may not want to support what you do or think. And that's fine too. But it's something that exposes each other to something. And I think it makes each of us more of who we are. And we go forward. And we go forward, hopefully, because there's more people who are out there as well. And they need you. They need us. We need them. Something as simple as people meeting each other. Mm-hmm. There's something powerful about that.
Yeah, we were just on the Liberati has an online meetup every once a month, and Jack Gray came on the first time, and he said he had a conference in Poland, because he's from Poland. And he thought, well, I'll just, get a venue for, 20, 30 people. And there ended up being
hundreds.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had to keep increasing, getting a larger and larger and larger place.
So he says when people come together, they automatically bond because it's that trauma bonding. Yeah. It was a 3-day conference, similar to what Rick did in Tewksbury. And people were just connected. Now he's planning one in the UK. So when he has the definite plans, we'll have him on and he can talk about it. Yeah. But they're amazing. Anytime that we've connected with folks or had meetups, they are just so helpful.
And see, the one thing, the discussion, the theme with the program, their program the other night was, what are we grateful for?
Right, because of Thanksgiving, being thankful.
And there were two things I realized. I'm grateful for getting up and having coffee in the morning and the person that provides it.
And I don't drink coffee.
But I do.
Yeah.
And it works out great.
Yes.
Thank you. And the other thing, the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society has, from, I guess about 100 years ago, started pulling people together from all over the world in ways that we could not do it. They used their money and influence and the power of each other to collect together people. And now, and see, we don't, I really don't approve of the way they handled their people. I really don't. They mishandled their people. But yet they did collect together a group of people that now have the opportunity to interact in ways that we could never interact before, with opportunities we would never have before. We would never know people from around the world.
No.
We would never be able to contact them. We wouldn't have them at our disposal, you having them at your disposal. But because that organization at least pulled them all together, now we, you and each other, now the people, we are finding the joy and the support with each other. Well, thank you to Watchtower Bible and Tract Society for doing that.
Yes, absolutely.
But thank you for not doing anything more at this point, because you've caused too much harm.
Yeah. Oh, I just remembered, kind of floating all over the place, but Joe and I have started another, it's not another channel, but it's where Joe and I just come on in the morning, speaking of coffee. It's called Coffee Time. And sometimes we're talking...
Coffee Talk.
Coffee Talk, thank you. And sometimes we're talking between the two of us, and we come up with some great insights.
Well, that's what we think.
Well, I think they're great because Joe's usually the one to come up with them.
Coffee Talk.
But anyway, we put our first one out, I think it was Monday, and it's under Coffee Talk. If anyone hasn't seen it yet, we're just going to come up with various topics that we want to talk about. This one happened to be 40 minutes, but we're going to try to make them short videos. Yeah. And it could, we don't have a scheduled time whenever we want to just go on and make a recording. So it's not live, it's a recorded video. And that's what that's another new thing, a pattern break. Yeah. But right now, Shauna is ready with Deanna's story. You may know her as Just June, and coming out of alcoholism. And it really goes very well with our title, or our theme is Step Back to Move Forward. So she's not coming on live, but she pre-recorded this.
So take a listen, and I think you'll appreciate it.
And then we're going to open it up to the audience at the end.
Yeah.
Hi, Fran. Hi, Joe. Hi, everybody. It is Deanna. Some of you might remember me as Just June. And I am here through voice to talk to you all about moving forward. And I wish I could have been there on screen, in person, but life is moving forward too quickly that I just did not have time to be there this evening. I just have too much going on, which is a good thing. And so I will try to not be too long-winded. If any of you know me, that is not my strong suit, but I will try. But, I think there's a lot to be said for moving forward, and it's not always easy to, it's easy to feel like you're stuck at times. I know that much for myself anyways. I can't speak for others. And I don't feel as stuck as often now as I did early on in my waking up process from the organization and just the progression of getting to where I am.
Okay, we see the picture. Does everyone see June's picture? I don't know. We can't hear June.
Okay.
Yep, it's so good. They can hear.
Pay attention, I guess is the better way of saying it. And that's where I was. I stopped going to the meetings and I was even sober at that moment. But I felt trapped. I didn't know how to move forward. I felt scared. I didn't know how to make friends. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew I was at a job that I didn't really like. It was a job I had taken so I could, auxiliary pioneer, if not pioneer, as often as I could and do as much as I could for the organization and blah, blah, blah. And, here I was now, like that was none of what I was doing. And so I was sort of bitter that I had this job but it paid decently well. So changing it wasn't a really sensible idea. And here I was in my mid 40s. And I was so angry and I was hanging on to that anger and bitterness. So again, moving forward at the time wasn't really what I was thinking about. I was hanging on to the anger, the frustration, the hurt, the bitterness. The moving forward wasn't happening as quickly as it should have been. And so I was hindering it. Moving forward could have happened so much faster and so much better. But I was lingering and wallowing in self-pity and frustration. And I'm not saying that these things weren't warranted. I had every right to be angry. If any of you have ever heard the long version of my story, and the most of your long versions of your story give you every right to be hurt, angry, frustrated, all of those things. But then you're just wasting more of your time to find happiness and move forward. But finding happiness, figuring out how to move forward, that can be the challenge. Now, in my case, I needed to get sober and get sober for real and figure out, not that I wasn't actually sober the first time I was sober, but I was not mentally sober. I wanted to be drinking every day and I didn't really care. And then I eventually went back to drinking. So I had to figure that part out. So I did. And I'm not going to get into that. It's too long of a story. But that was a huge part. But I think a big part of moving forward is finding your self-worth, finding your self-confidence. And as ex-witnesses, that can be daunting. Your self-worth, your self-confidence are just beaten to a bloody pulp as J-dubs. You know, we guilt and shame are they're just like two go-tos on how to get people to be in line and do what they want. And so when you go to move forward, it's sort of like 2 steps forward, 8 steps back is how it often feels, instead of the true saying, which is 2 steps forward. You know, what is the true saying? Can't even think of what it is. 2 steps forward, 1 step? No. 3 steps back? I can't remember what it is now. Tells you how I'm tired. I've had too much going on. But anyways, normally, you know, you're moving a few forward, coming a few back, but it eventually it evens out and you do move forward. But as witnesses, it didn't matter. It just seemed like you were, you know, you were trying to get forward, but you know, you were being dragged backwards is what I'm getting after here. So you, in the end, you have to start working on you. Now, if you can get to therapy, that is number one, the best thing you can do if you are able to. But I know that's not in everyone's circumstance, whether it's because you don't have insurance or, you know, it's just not in your budget. Even if you have insurance, you just can't afford the copay. I mean, there's just a zillion things that happen, and I understand that. But if that's not exactly available to you, there are so many books out there on, you know, that, you know, if you know exactly what your circumstances are, as far as, you know, are you codependent? Are you bipolar? Are you, you know, like if you know you tend towards something, is there a book you can read that can start helping you to be honest with yourself and figure out where you need to work? One of the biggest things I came to realize as I started going through getting sober is I wanted the fact that the Jehovah's Witnesses hurt me, failed me, caused problems to my life to be the answer to all my problems. And the reality was, the reason I wasn't moving forward was, though those were a hindrance and a problem, I was also a problem. I didn't want to face the facts that it was me. And even if I had never been a Jehovah's Witness, if I had been Catholic, if I had been Presbyterian, if I had been an atheist, if I had been a Buddhist, it probably wouldn't have mattered. Some of the things I was facing and dealing with were just about Deanna. They had nothing to do with Jehovah's Witness anything. And therapy helped me to realize that. And so sometimes some of my problem with moving forward was just a Deanna problem that I needed to work through. And it was just that I tended to not always deal well with certain things, and I needed to figure out how to deal with that and not just put all the blame on, well, that's because I was a witness. Well, that happened because I was a witness. Well, and it was like, okay, well, that's a good, and it's not that those things weren't true often, but I needed to stop just hanging on to that excuse, no matter how true it might be very often, and figure out, okay, so if that is, how can I change it now? What can I do now? That was the problem because I was a witness, but I'm not a witness anymore. So how can I make it different? And my biggest thing was I missed having all my friends. And I first started by making my YouTube channel, Just June, and it was helping me to find friendship to a degree in talking with other ex-witnesses. And I will say, from the bottom of my heart, so many amazing people I got to know through the ExJW community. I'm sure some of you are listening that I have talked to, whether on the phone, through emails, on my channel, on Joe and Fran's thing. And some I even got to know in person. I've met a few people that listen to me on my channel, and I came across them in real life. And some people, I have friends that we've exchanged phone numbers, we've gotten together. I have a few girlfriends that I talk to, that I met through my channel, and I talk to almost daily. So I'm just so thankful that I reached out and started my channel, because it gave me real friendships. But there's also something to be said for reaching out and making friends with people that are not ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. And I didn't appreciate this in the beginning. Moving forward is not just about always talking about the past. It's actually moving forward. It's finding new things to have in life and not just dwell in what used to be, and even not like what you miss and what you were angry about or what you wish you would have done. And it's about making happen what you've always wanted, what you would like. And maybe if you can't, excuse me, make happen a dream you always had, can you modify that dream and make something similar or more interesting, even better than what your original dream was happen? Can you find new dreams that you never knew were something you would have liked to have done? And you're only going to find all of that out if you take those scary steps to go outside your comfort zone. So I started going to yoga. I started doing things with the girls from yoga. Ooh, scary. And I started volunteering at our local community center, where they have a community garden. You can volunteer and help at the local animal shelter. And when I did all these things, I was meeting people that had similar interests. They also liked gardening. They also liked animals. They had nothing to do with Jehovah's Witnesses. Some of them had never even heard of Jehovah's Witnesses. I started finding out that there was a lot of people out in the world that had never, ever heard of Jehovah's Witnesses. And sometimes, as much as I do take advantage, as much as I can, to make people aware of who Jehovah's Witnesses are and the problems with it, I didn't want every day of my life to be about the negativity of Jehovah's Witnesses. I hadn't walked away from being a Jehovah's Witness to just keep talking about it for the rest of my life. I wanted to move forward from it and start living my life as just me. Not even me as an ex-witness, just me, just Deanna. Not even just June. Deanna. That's really, my middle name is June. Don't get me wrong. But most of the time, in real life, everyone calls me Deanna. And I wanted to just go back to being that and finding a newer, even more true to me version of that. And it's what has moved me forward I'm now getting certified to become a yoga instructor. It's taking way longer than it should. They should have never told me I can do it at my own pace. That was the worst thing they could have told me, because I'm dragging it out way too long because I have too many things on my plate. But I'm doing it. And I never knew it was something I had such a passion for. I love it. And so that's been amazing. Even with my job, I was not thrilled because, I always looked at it as, I'm a cleaning lady. I'm not a cleaning lady. I oversee and manage a mansion for two very wealthy people here in Pittsburgh. And I didn't realize how much I did for them. And I started gaining confidence where I realized, number one, I need to ask for a raise. Number two, I need to show them what all I can do, because my job entails a lot, but it could even go further. And it also, I started realizing there was opportunity for me to, I really just worked for this one family, but I could gain other clients, maybe not doing to the same scale I was doing for this one family, but similar parts of what I did, doing like holiday decorations and stuff for other people, because the family I worked for, I do literally everything for them. It's too long to get into what I all do. I'm at their house 3 days a week, and anything you can think to do for a home, I do for them. But anyways, I started realizing, and as I was gaining that self-worth that I was talking about and self-confidence, I started putting that into my job, and I started realizing, oh, I don't hate my job. I just hated initially that I got into cleaning, because not that cleaning's the worst thing in the world. It's not. I like the gratification of turning around and seeing I did a good job at something. But is that really what I would have picked for a living? No, I probably would have been an interior designer if I could have had my way. But this job led to me working for these people, and I do get to sort of do interior design for them, and I do decorate for all their holidays, which P.S. everyone, I always decorated for all their holidays the entire time I was a Jehovah's Witness, just never told anybody. Okay, back to your regularly scheduled program. And so it was a bad witness. And so I just, I started realizing, and I think it was as I was gaining my self-worth, I started seeing, okay, what other business opportunities are there? What can I do? Not just about making money, but feeling good about who I am and what I can accomplish. And changing careers for me at the age I was, with how much expenses I had on my shoulders for me and my husband to pay and do, I didn't think that was appropriate for me to do, though everyone has to figure it out for themselves. But I wanted to move forward. I didn't want to feel stuck at a cleaning job, which is how I had always viewed it. And then when I started talking with her and realizing, as I talked with the woman I work for, she was like, oh, Deanna, she's like, I have you in the books as the household manager. And I was like, oh, right. Yeah. And, I started holding myself at a higher esteem too. I just always put myself at cleaning lady. I was just cleaning lady. And so again, moving forward was building up and feeling like I was something more, because again, the Jehovah's Witness organization, they tell you to be humble, but in other words, they're telling you to think nothing of yourself. That's not what humility is, by the way. But that's the way they use humility, to keep people down and keep people obeying them and listening to them. So, all these things slowly but surely, getting healthier in my thinking and getting, just when you move forward in one little thing, it starts a trigger effect of moving forward in other things. And it just can start with just small little things, start with, and I've lost weight. I did the yoga. I started eating better. I wasn't drinking alcohol anymore. I started realizing I really eat like shit and I need to eat better too. So I did. I started making a bigger effort to make more salads and add like healthier things to my life. And I didn't care. When I was a witness, I just didn't care. I was so beaten down by life and miserable. I didn't care if I moved forward. I was just barely hanging on to each day as a witness personally. And that's maybe not everyone's story, but that was definitely mine. And then, like I said, when I first left, I still didn't know quite how to move forward. It took some time. But do those things. There's an app called Meetup. And if you can think of something that you like to do, there is a group doing it in your area. If you like to hike, walk, knit, sculpt, paint, anything you can think of. There is usually, if you like to tour museums, if you like botany, I mean, anything, garden, all of it. There are groups that go to museums, that tour conservatories, that, whatever you have in your local area, there are groups getting together doing it. And so if you're looking for friends, if you're looking to move forward, if you're looking for job opportunities, you might meet people in these ways, just in a social way, and then you hear about a new job. You hear about something that is something you always wanted to do. But if you don't, step out of your comfort zone, if you don't do something different than you've always done, you're just going to keep living the same life. That's the exact definition of insanity, is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a new result. So you need to do something new if you want a new result. If you just keep doing the same thing every day and then act like, I don't know why nothing has changed, well, come on. So yeah, I have a lot of things. It doesn't mean I don't have days where I don't get angry, that I don't get frustrated, that I'm not pissed off, or life is not perfect. That's nothing I'm explaining right now. Perfection is not a real thing. Life always has ups and downs, goods and bads, and forwards and backwards. But overall, you can keep yourself online for forward, even when you have a day that goes a little bit backwards. If you have goals and you set goals for yourself, even if they're small goals, you have to start somewhere, have somewhere to start, and get a buddy to start with, have a friend that's going to do it with you, or even if they're not going to do it with you, have a friend that's going to keep you accountable. So maybe they're not going to do something with you, but you tell your friend, okay, this week I am going to walk 3 days this week. And each time I do it, I'm going to call you and tell you I did it. And even if that's all you do this week, and that has nothing to do with anything more than just getting yourself up, and while you're on that walk, you are going to have endorphins going through your body. You're going to feel better. And maybe your brain will start thinking a little bit more positively, and you'll think about what you want to do with your life in a more positive way because you went on a walk. It just starts with something small, and you got to keep moving forward. All right, I talked way too long. I said I would talk way too long. I figured this was a bad idea, but I tried. So I just looked at the time on this. It's 25 minutes. You don't want to use this. This is way too long. But anyways, I love all of you. I miss being out there. I took myself off of all social media, but there was a reason. I just needed a break. I needed time to just enjoy life and be me. And I'm doing so. I absolutely love not being on social media, actually, of any sort. I am not anywhere anymore. And I love it. I'm really enjoying my life. So I hope all of you are doing well. I hope you guys have a great discussion tonight, even though I've taken up way too much of your time. And I just want all of you to remember, even though I don't have the channel anymore, just remember to be yourselves and keep trying to be well. Bye, guys.
What's this? Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Deanna. No.
Oh, no.
Stay. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much, Deanna. Like she said, she couldn't come on tonight, but she pre-recorded.
Yes, and we're glad everything that you brought out too.
We have a before and after picture. If Sean is able to put that up, the before picture is when she was. Well, I'll just read what she says here. Her words are better. Let me go to it. And then we're going to open up the stage for everyone. She said, I absolutely hate this picture of myself, like with a passion, for so many reasons. But I also think it's important to share painful memories to help others on their healing journey. It's up to you, but you are welcome to share this picture along with my recent picture, okay, which we are going to, with the purpose of showing a fake smile at my very last convention ever and all the pain I was attempting to hide. She cropped it because her daughter was with her. It's not just that I have more weight on, that's weight from alcoholism. I had to put on so much makeup to hide how red my skin was from drinking daily as well. It's swelling, not weight. My pancreas and liver were starting to shut down. I have a flask in my purse at the convention in this picture, and I had just gone back to the car on break to refill it with a larger bottle of vodka I had hidden in the car. Moving forward was imperative for me to keep living, not just find happiness. Who knew both were possible? So, Shauna, if you're there, are you able to put that picture up? Let us know in the comments if you can hear us. Here, can I just
yeah.
Thank you.
Can anybody else see the picture of June before?
Oh, yes. Okay, I can see it.
Okay. Can you now?
I can see it.
Okay.
Okay, that was now. And the before picture?
Here's the before picture.
Yeah.
Is it showing?
Her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
So, yeah, like she said, she had to put a lot of makeup on to cover the red and face. Yeah.
Yeah, that picture was actually up when you read that description.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah, so it worked out well. And then this is June
you.
again after the lovely June that we know now. Look at how healthy and glowing she looks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and I just
go ahead.
Sorry, I just wanted to add I wasn't aware that she actually did stop her YouTube channel, and I say good for her because social media really does take a toll. It is unbelievable what you open yourself up to emotionally and mentally on social media, and there's just way too much stuff out there that looks true. Honestly, when we watch YouTube now, our rule is you don't believe 90% of this you see, so we enjoy listening to stories that we know are fantasy or personal accounts, right? Because we assume, well, you're making an assumption, but you assume those are true. So just congratulations to June. I think it's just great for her.
Thank you. Thank you for doing that.
And so I just want to state the obvious to everybody. We are not AI.
No. As I've demonstrated technically tonight, we're very much human, and I apologize for the glitches, everybody.
Okay. More errors forthcoming on our end too.
And I see that you put up the StreamYard link, Sean. So thank you. And I know people were asking to come on earlier.
Yeah.
So if you want to stick with the topic, about stepping
Just
back
taking
to
a
move
s-
forward.
Taking a step
Right.
back to move forward. Yeah.
I
What is
just
it?
want to mention quickly, your video is also ready, that short video that you have to present. So
Oh, good. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Can we do it now as long
Yeah.
as we're waiting for it?
absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
And the stage is open, guys, so please join Joe and Fran.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shauna.
So this video Bo Benson put out this morning. If you're not familiar with Bo, you can check out his channel.
And the one who's on it is Chase Hughes. You can check out his channel as well. No, I needed to probably put that here in the dice.
Is the result of these algorithms doing what makes revenue. And I think it's an EBITDA revenue focused algorithm. But with the other stuff, when it comes to PSYOPs, there's a few ways to tell if something is a PSYOP. And number one, the most important thing for anybody to learn is that if an opinion has to be silenced for another idea to flourish, then you're in a PSYOP. Guaranteed.
We've seen a lot of that lately.
A ton.
A lot of that.
There were Harvard educated doctors banned from social media for openly speaking about stuff that's now we've shown to be true. Harvard educated doctors. The dude who invented mRNA went on Rogan because he got kicked off of Twitter, I think. I don't remember what it was. So the moment you see someone being silenced, and it's an opinion from somebody who should have some kind of social authority, that's a big deal. And that should be terrifying to you.
Now, what is another circumstance that might quickly shaken our faith if we're not on guard? Well, it has to do with the apostates. Now, there's something that the apostates are talking about and trying to put forward. The media has picked it up. Others have also picked it up. And that is our scriptural position of having two witnesses a requirement for judicial action if there's no confession.
To anybody that is witnessing that.
We've seen a lot of that in the past couple of years too.
There's been a ton.
A lot.
Yeah. And the interesting thing is what that does with our social media kind of hacking that tribal part of our brain. If all of us were sitting here in a room and we see someone get pulled up in front of the whole crowd and then smacked in the face, embarrassed, and then tossed out of the room, and I was about to go up on stage and do that, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be quiet now. I don't want that to happen to me.
Yeah.
So now we're using that tribalism as, I'm going to take this person and I'm going to make an example out of them to prevent everybody else from stepping up. I'm going to increase fear associated with being socially outcast.
Such a hard time with this. Of course, I'm going to go to the South congregation. There's no reason not to. But the problem is my attitude. I've told others for years that there are times when we have to put aside our personal preferences to show our wholehearted support of Jehovah's sovereignty. This is one of those times. I need to be courageous and stand up to selfishness and independent thinking, even if it's my own.
Okay, so
We're
yeah,
back.
that was just a short
Just a little bit.
and it's on Bo Benson.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting how how he incorporated the Watchtower with Chase Hughes and PSYOP.
Yeah, and the point is that if something has to be forbidden or in order for another point to come across in a PSYOP. And so the question almost becomes, sounds like there's something you don't want to talk about. sounds like there's something you don't want me to acknowledge. What don't you want me to acknowledge? And I'll characterize it in in ways that we personally saw this. When after we left the meetings and we attempted to contact my son, and I wanted to let him know what we were going through. And basically, he said he didn't want to hear any of it. Nothing. Cut me off. And he said, all I want to hear is, etc. And I said, you mean you're not interested? He says he didn't want to hear anything except their narrative. That's it. That's it. And I said, we have nothing to talk about then.
That was it. That's the last time you spoke with him.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah. But I believe it's not the last time.
Right. We're being hopeful.
And then also another one of our longtime deep friends that we had there, I called them and literally began to tell them, you know, we haven't been attending meetings. He immediately stopped me. He said, don't go there. Don't go there. Don't even mention it.
We were in the process of deciding whether we wanted to disassociate or should we just get disfellowshipped. And we kept going back and forth, back and forth. It was like we were feeling like, oh my goodness. So in that one day, I think we called 1, 2, that one that you're talking about, 3, 4 people, and they all just shut us off.
Oh, it's amazing.
And we said, well, if people are going to shun us, then we're just going to go public.
Yeah.
And our own children were shunning us at that point. So we said, and that was January of 2023. We put our disassociation postcard in the mail, and we texted the elders that were dealing with us, and we said, we don't want to be Jehovah's Witnesses any longer.
And see, early on in my educational life, I was accused of being a reactionary. A reactionary. And I thought, okay, there's reason to be sometimes. And so basically, when we found out that there was such a gag of information on people that would be prevented from acknowledging what's right there in front of them, at that point I said, well, my reaction to that is I'm going to speak it out. We're going to speak out what they don't want to acknowledge that's there. I said I personally couldn't live and support that. And my silence would support everything that's there, denying and keeping quiet. That is hurting people. I said I couldn't go on. I couldn't go on supporting it. I couldn't go on without speaking it out and making it known to the point where everyone in the room, so to speak, can freely acknowledge it without being repressed. And that's all we seek to do, is with each other, with the friends, is to acknowledge what's right in front of us. And that's a painful thing for some. It's a painful thing for all of us.
Yeah.
We don't want to acknowledge what's painfully real. We don't. Humans do not want to acknowledge something that is painfully true. And the most extreme, it's the example is when you hear that someone that you know, who you loved and had great relationship with, is gone. You hear it, and your instant response is, no, it's not true. I don't want to believe that. I don't even want to think about it. It's too painful, but it's true. And the only way we're going to go forward is, well, dealing with it.
That's right.
And we are. You are.
Yeah.
The world is more and more and more and more. And that's what that Sean Ryan show and what Bo brought out is what's happening. It's taking place. It's taking place. The governing body is opening their mouths. And honestly, they can't help but illuminate the rest of the world with what they're doing. They can't stop themselves. And everything they do basically is going to vilify them.
Yeah. Excuse me.
But they're trying hard. They're trying very hard to deny it. Very hard. And the harder they try, the more it points out what they're trying to hide.
Just if I could read some comments
Let's
here.
hear 'em.
Sten said, don't submit to Watchtower Corporation policies. Just walk away and delete them. Happy Thought said, in many cases, it's not what they say, it's what they don't say.
Yeah.
And Dale has said, just type, I announce my resignation. I can't and don't want to live a lie.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you have the opportunity to be who you are. In that organization, you, I, Fran, my children, your friends, your brothers and sisters who were in there, your mother and father, they were not allowed to be who we are. In other words, I possess something, who I am, Fran does, you do. Not allowed. Not allowed. We be who they want us to be. Well, the question becomes, well, so is that who you truthfully are, Joe? No, it's not who I truthfully am or was. Fran, is that who you truthfully were?
No, not at all.
No, you don't. In that organization, you do not be who you truthfully are. We entered that organization that called themselves the truth, and you proceeded to live a lie. And they curated that lie as if painting a picture. See, they painted the picture of the us that they wanted us to be. And, well, that's not me. I'm not going to be that way. Oh, well, then you're not going to be part of the organization. You're not going to be allowed here. You're going to lose your family, because only those that play along with their narrative gets to be acceptable and in line for what they call the prize. Oh, the prize. I mean, everybody really was in line for a prize? Is that what we're doing? We're just all standing in line because we want a prize? Oh, wow. Yeah, oh, yeah. Well, but you're doing something and saying something that you really don't believe. Oh, yeah, but I want the prize. I'll do whatever I have to. You'll do whatever you have to, Joe? Oh, will you set yourself aside and not live your own personal truth? Oh, well, yeah. Because I want this prize. Wow, that's an exchange.
Okay, Annie's on.
Hello, Annie.
Yeah.
See, there's an exchange taking place there.
Yeah, Annie was having trouble getting on because there's two programs running. Fixing My Faith is running this, and so is Joe and Fran channel. So if you're on Fixing My Faith, you can't you can't go in the chat, and you can't get on the StreamYard. So you have to go to the Joe and Fran channel. So there's only one channel where you can come on. So thank you for working it out, Annie.
That's very helpful of you.
Yeah, because I just realized it with Annie.
I still don't understand it, but that's okay.
There's two
So
programs running.
yes,
Fixing my
I
faith.
know, and I
Oh,
usually
I wish I
don't
was
have
smart.
a hard time getting on, but
Oh.
I
No,
did.
yeah, you just have to be on Joe and Fran.
Thank you for continuing to
Yeah.
try.
Got to be on the right side of things.
Oh,
Well,
boy.
I mean, Fixing My Faith, we appreciate them showing it because it gets more views, and there's
Right.
people on Fixing My Faith that don't necessarily want to be in the chat, and they don't want to come on the StreamYard. Anyway,
you're here.
Thank you for coming on, Annie. What were you thinking? I know you wanted to come on earlier.
Well, I really enjoyed. I can't think of her name.
Hadassah.
Well, that I appreciated her, but as well as
Deanna.
I couldn't remember her name.
Deanna.
She made a lot of the same points I would have made if I were speaking, because we have the same line of work.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's really true as far as your identity, your self-identity, and I remember hearing recently about a woman who did cleaning and did aid work. And she said she never realized how important her work was until she needed it herself.
Wow.
That's right.
And so, yeah, that was kind of made me feel better about myself, because I'm like Deanna, I do not just cleaning. I won't say I manage a household, but I manage the house while I'm there.
You do.
And I do manage some houses, actually. People have always told me I know their house better than they do.
It's probably true.
Or they call me and they say, "Do you know where such and such is?"
That's funny.
But yeah, so many good points about moving forward, and it's a process. You're going to go through the anger. That's the hardest thing to get through. I went through it myself. I went through it pretty quick, because I just decided, I'm in my 70s, and I just decided I gave so much of my life to Watchtower. I'll be darned if I'm going to devote the rest of it to giving them all that energy. I'm going to use that energy for myself and the way I want to live my life now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm, maybe I'm not doing great things, but I'm enjoying myself.
Well, they're great for you, and that's what's important.
That's true.
That's what's important. You can't compare yourself to others.
No.
You just have to be happy with what you're doing.
That's true. And it's funny, because I had a non-witness friend come for lunch today, and she was raised Catholic. And she was talking about why she left. And one of the things she said that she suffered with as a Catholic was guilt and shame.
Wow.
She said as a little girl, the priest is telling her she needs to go forward and say some Hail Marys and so forth, and gave her a rosary. And she said, as a little girl, I'm thinking, what did I do that was so bad? She didn't even know what she was doing, Yeah. And so, and when I was baptized at the age of 11, one of the questions back then that was different than it is now, but is ask if you had repented of your sins and accepted Jesus Christ as your Savior. And of course, at the ripe old age of 11, I had so many sins to confess.
Wow.
Not that I was perfect, obviously not, but it's just so strange. Religion is so strange.
Well, you say it's strange, but I think looking back on it and having experience in it like you do, like we do, and all of our friends here, it's become pretty clear what it's all about.
Well, that's true.
So now at this point we can say it's not just strange. It's not what it claims itself to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fraud. It's an absolute fraud. It gets us to exchange. See, I was about to say we came in for the truth,
right?
And we immediately were exposed and confronted with their truth, or their dream, and we had to make it our truth.
That's true. That's a good point.
But it wasn't our truth.
Right.
It was their dream.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And here, basically, we lived a dream. we were actively, like actors on a stage, living someone else's scripted dream.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look back on it. Look back on, see yourself when you were there, and others and others. It's like, what were we doing? We're on cue, on the stage, literally, or talking to each other, saying words that they put in our mouths.
Yep.
Well, when do we get to live our dreams?
Mm-hmm.
No time for it there. No, not there.
But in the new world, we
Put it, in the future.
Yeah, but in the meantime, we're being put through nightmares.
Right.
And that's what Hadassah is going to be very nicely going to compile, and the stories of people, friends who were in the back room going through the nightmares, nightmarish exposure of the indignities of those males. I will not call them men. They were males. They were not men.
No.
They were not men. They were males who were given a role, and unfortunately, we exposed ourselves to be part of it, and experienced the trauma of it. Well,
I have to think about my experience. I was certainly in the back room a lot. Well, not a lot, but sometimes it was because I requested, because I had faith in these men that they would be fair and just, And but boy, I certainly went through a lot of crap that they put me through too.
Yeah.
But not the well, I guess it really wasn't much of a need, but I had other issues I didn't have, going forward because of committing some sexual sin, but I just had a lot of other things in life that
it's called real life. It's life.
Yeah, I guess. Real life is a witness.
Yeah. Life is a human. Life is a human. Right?
Yeah.
And see, speaking of dreams, we had to shelve our dreams. Never mind. Put your dreams on the shelf. Forget them. Now, people coming out, their dreams are their life, but maybe they don't know what they are. And if you want to know what your dreams are, it's not what you go through when you're sleeping. Your dreams, our dreams, are what we think when we're lying awake in the dark, thinking, and thoughts come to us about us. Those are our dreams. Those are the dreams that we can go forward with. They're yours. They're ours. And at that point, they may not be real, but see, that's the cue as to what we need to work for and work at. Those are our dreams, and we possess them. We have every right to them.
Hello, Jeannie.
Sorry, go ahead.
Just want to welcome Jeannie.
Hello, Jeannie. We hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, but I got an echo.
Oh, okay. Well, work it out. Maybe you can shut down and come back.
Yeah, Jeannie, if you hear an echo, it's probably because YouTube is still open somewhere on your computer or phone. So if you close that when you come into StreamYard, it should clear up your audio issues.
Okay, does that help?
Sounds good to us.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, that's good. I'm going to let you guys talk. When you're ready, I'll chime in.
Well, we only have a few minutes.
Well, Annie, you listening? I'm listening.
Yeah, go ahead, Jeannie.
Yeah,
we're
listening.
We
have a few minutes.
Well, I just wanted to say that, I'm faded, so I don't want to show my face.
Understand.
That's okay.
I came home from work and I caught the very tail end of the story of the lady. I don't know what her name is. About her alcoholism.
Deanna.
Deanna. Yep.
Yeah. And Joe and Fran, I know that you guys already know about my daughter. She was in that organization. She became a raging alcoholic. Well, she was an active Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah.
And her sisters and I put her in rehab, and she ended up getting a divorce. And she became a raging alcoholic as she was an active Jehovah's Witness. And she could never get away from the alcohol, and she ended up dying of cirrhosis of the liver this past July. And I know I told you, but I just want people to know that that organization doesn't do anything to help people.
No, not at all, Jeannie.
It does not.
They don't want you to see a therapist. They don't want you to get counseling. They don't want you to join AA. They just, it's just pray, pray it away.
The hardest thing to accept is the fact that, and this is our expectations, is when our expectations are absolutely wrong. And our expectations were that we're going to learn the truth from this organization. They love us. We're going to do well with our family. My children are going to be safe in this organization.
We were wrong.
Those words are exactly false.
Right.
So your daughter experienced how wrong those words are. We experienced that, and so the very painful fact is we were absolutely wrong about that, and they are absolutely unloving people. They're exploitive people. That's all there is to it. And the question becomes, how long are they going to continue to exist without the spotlight being on their reality, what they are doing? How long?
Joe, I felt a panic. I feel a panic. I have my middle daughter is still in. She's totally a believer, and I wanted to tell her about what I knew, and she shut me right down.
To be very careful.
Sure. I faded, and I've walked on eggshells for a lot of years because I wanted to be in my daughter's life. And I said to her one day, there's a blue pill and a red pill. I said, and the blue pill keeps you in denial, and the red pill will wake you up. If you had a choice, I said, which pill would you take? And she said, oh, the blue pill. It was in a text. So I called her and I said, I got information I would like to tell you about the organization. I don't want to hear it. I said, I thought you said you wanted to, you would like to know the truth. But I'm going to tell you, the governing body members, they have the witnesses in such fear of people like us who leave.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the gag order that you were talking about, Joe.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's a gag order on anybody who leaves.
Yep.
We can't even speak to our own children about that organization.
Ours didn't want to listen either, Jeannie.
Who would threaten to take away from you your dear possession? Who would threaten you to do that?
And that's what they've done to people. That's what they've done to people. They've taken our family.
I know.
And I got to tell you, Joe and Fran, my daughter who had alcoholism called me an apostate because even though she left, she still believed. And I'm going to tell you right now that she got herself reinstated before she died, and she was still an active alcoholic.
Yeah.
And I myself paid her. I paid her car insurance. I paid for her cell phone.
Yeah.
I did everything I could to help her. And she got herself reinstated because that's how brainwashed one can be.
Yes.
She died July 17th at the age of 54 from cirrhosis of the liver.
Sorry. Very sorry
I'm so sorry. We can live our life, Jeannie, Annie, but we can't live someone else's life.
No.
We just can't. And it's the most heartbreaking thing to watch the pain and suffering of someone else.
It's painful that we can't wake them up.
Yeah. It's our reality. It is our reality.
When I went into that organization, I went in there to save my kids' lives, you know, because I swallowed it hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah.
And look at it now. It's like I got one going, and the other one I walk on eggshells around because I know the truth about the Jehovah's Witnesses, and they don't.
That's true. Yep. Same here, Jeannie.
Look, Jean, the reality is when she's in a position where she realizes she's not loved in that organization, you're the one that's going to be in that position. You're the one that loves her. And she's going to know that at that point. She needs to feel the reality of that organization. She's living a dream right now. She is, as most of the people that are in it.
Sean is coming on at the end.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to say, this is the first time I ever went on, and first time I ever spoke on a video, and I just feel I'm okay, but I just feel a panic tonight.
I know.
You're
well,
not
it's
alone.
normal.
You're
It's
not
normal,
alone,
Jeannie. But thank you so much for coming on. It took a lot of courage for you to do this, and we appreciate it.
Think of the others that are in the same position as you are.
Yep.
You have support with them, from them, and us.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you
for coming on. Thank you. Love you, Jeannie.
I love you guys.
Thank you. I think Shauna wanted to say a few things.
Well, if I could just quickly address what Joe just alluded to about bravery. And that is something that, we don't say enough, but it takes so much courage for you guys to share what's essentially kind of like failures, like encouraging your kids to join for saving and then admitting that it's torn you apart and stuff. And I believe that bravery and sharing is just blazing a trail for so many more to come forward and share too. And it's sad at first, but you get it out and then you can walk a little taller because there's a little less weight on you, and before you know it, you can start skipping and hopping along because you just feel lighter. So I say, like you guys said earlier, this is working, so congratulations. And now is the time to kind of wrap it up. So thank you, Joe and Fran, for again getting us all together, and Jeannie and Annie and Keith and Hamasa, right? Hadassah. I was close. I practiced.
Yes.
Here is her book.
Yes, thank you.
Yep.
Linda James, the Pasta Babe, sent it to me. She was right on it, and I sent it to Shauna, and Shauna put it up. Will the real Satan stand up? So it's Hadassah's book.
And Hadassah's working on it. It's something we're going to be supporting and working on, and that is experiences of friends who had to endure being in the back room in the judgment situations, and how degrading those were. And I believe that's going to be helpful for everybody.
Yeah. Thank you for putting that up, Shauna.
Perfect. And so, one more thing. You guys will see the Discord invite in the link there. Joe and Fran just shared it through me. Thank you, Joe and Fran. I just want to share. Hold on. There we go. We're still doing movies. We've moved them to Friday nights so that people don't have so many bedtime curfews. This Friday we are showing The Monster Squad. So we've been having fun with some spooky throwback movies. And also, too, please do join the Discord because we are going to be introducing a family movie night because we have a lot of parents out there that like watching movies with kids. And I love me a good kid movie. So we do hope to see you on Discord. Oh, I know. I love a happy ending. So come on. Yeah. Thank you to June for sending in that recording. We really appreciate, hearing that you're in a good place and some of your struggle. Thank you guys all for being here. Please drop a like in the video. I'm done, Joe. It's up to you now.
Okay. We're not going to say anything further.
Yeah, they're coming out. Shauna, you said you're coming out with a short video to explain Vern's condition, what his procedure.
Yeah, because we're kind of getting in. Yeah, we're getting into crunch time here, and we do have some other personal fundraisers, like we're trying to sell our big trailer.
we're willing to downsize into the little one for a little bit, and cross your fingers. I wasn't going to say anything, but Vern and I actually have an interview tomorrow for a campground manager position that would just
be great.
Oh, you'll do great.
It'll be perfect.
Wow.
Yeah, and that would actually take care of living for 7 months of the year, right? And okay, oh yeah, so we're really hoping, and we're optimistic, because originally they were going to hire after Christmas, but there's been a conversation, and now we have an interview. So please, any goodwill, yeah. And I think that's all I have to say. Yes, we will do the video and we will get it out. So thank you very much.
Moving forward. And again, Joe likes to always repeat what Vern says.
I heard some what Vern always said, and I liked it from the beginning. Let's keep living
our life with love.
Good night.
Right on.
Love you.
Good night.
Watch for Coffee Talk.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Coffee Talk.
I did see that, by the way.
Good.
I did see it.
Thank you all. Love you.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you, Jeannie.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you. Goodbye.